The time has come.
50 doesn't tolerate any disloyalty.
If a person's on the gate, I kind of put them on the other side.
I mean, he's really standing by them 48 laws of power.
Lil Meech is like, hey man, look, Everett Ross.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
We was waiting on the next season.
You thought you was special.
Back to another episode of Music for Breakfast. I am Octavia March alongside my music friends.
What up, world? It's your girl, Roulette.
Yeah, as you know from last episode, I told you my friends is either too sick or too busy. Shout out to the flu, but Rail has come here to have the conversation because so much is going on, man. What's up with 50 Cent?
His level of petting need to be studied for real. I mean, he's really standing by them 48 laws of power.
There's some things in there that you might feel like are evil, but you need to be aware of them because someone else's intentions might be very well what that law of power is.
Lil Meech is like, hey man, look, Everett Ross.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Meech know where his bread is buttered, okay?
Lil Meech.
But Lil Meech.
Yeah, gotta clarify because...
yes. Lil Meech.
So let's rewind it back real quick before we get into it. Can you let everybody know real quick and recap us on what is going on with 50 Cent, Big Meech, Lil Meech, Rick Ross,
Bro,
Big Worm, Big Hoe, Big I don't give a damn.
Big Worm, Big Hoe, Big I don't give a damn. You get your ass on out of this house, boy. You already got some shit going.
So basically, what happened between them two is, Meech gets out of jail. I think it was about October of last year. Gets out of jail, posting pictures with 50 Cent, everything seems to look all good. But wasn't really as good as we thought because then we're seeing Meech in pictures with Rick Ross.
Because he has a concert that he's doing.
It's the biggest boss, Ricky Rose. The time has come. Meech home.
But now it's come out that allegedly Big Meech cooperated through a third party, Tammy Cowan. So the entire time, Tammy Cowan is Big Meech's power of attorney. So she has rights to his story. Big Meech's lawyer has been, quoted by saying that, 50 stole his story, but, for 150 mil. But, I mean, by law, she is his power of attorney. And by selling it to 50, I don't legally know, what they're entitled to or how that really works. But I mean, just on a surface level, to me, it don't sound like nobody stole nothing from nobody. I guess when 50 saw the picture of Rick Ross and Big Meech together, saw the promotion for the show, 50 went into hyperdrive. He had this information that Tammy Cowan was, the CI in the Big Meech trial that, essentially did get, I think, Meech jammed up. And he essentially allegedly told on another drug kingpin in St. Louis by the name of Cuffy.
Big Meech instructs Tammy Cowan, contacted feds, but sending this through Cuffy. Cuffy's man on the street. So it's a lineup anyway. Now, you remember back early 15, 16, 17, you was hearing Big Meech coming home early?
Yeah.
That was this. He was supposed to got a time cut if this went through. And he would have got it, but Tammy fucked around and started fucking the federal agent, which breached his time cut, stipulations for his time cut. So now, when you're in prison, right, and you get caught conspiring to do drug deals or distribute weapons or anything of that sort, it's a mandatory automatic minimum of 10 years. Mm-hmm. The paperwork, and I got to work, the paperwork reads, it tells you the feds, he conspired to set up the whole drug deal. It all started with him, this, that, and the other. But yet, when everybody get busted, Cuffy ended up with 27 years, right? Meech don't get another day in jail at it. Now, let me tell you what 50 has done. 50 has got Tammy Cowan to sit down and tell about every case and scenario that Big Meech had her conspiring with the feds involving other street niggas.
So 50 had this in the tuck.
50 had this in the tuck. So Tammy Cowan sold this the BMF story that Big Meech, Lil Meech is in. Mm-hmm. She sold it to 50.
That show was greenlit by Tammy. Big Meech signed his life rights over to the cooperative, Tammy. The show wouldn't have happened if Tammy didn't sign off on it. She controlled the rights. Meech didn't give it to his baby mama, to his mama, daddy, his brother, his kids. He signed over his rights to Tammy.
And then when it was in the discussion, Lil Meech had approached 50 and was like, hey, I want to play my dad. I want to do this. Like, if y'all going to do this, I want to play my dad. And so 50 paid for 2 years of acting classes.
When I first met 50, I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. And I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Now your dad is in pictures with my arch nemesis.
Forever op, because 50 ain't never.
He don't never let it go. I mean, he let it go with Fat Joe.
But look at Irv.
Shout out to Irv. R.I.P. Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
That man lives and breathes the 48 laws of power. And he live and breathe them so much, he added 2 more.
Right, and made his own.
Made his 50 laws of power. But, that alone, it's just, if you're willing to, stand by my op, you might say something to that side that will help get that side a leg up on me. If he's putting together all these other shows and making all these other power moves, whatever, it's 50 Cent. He had that platform and he elevated your brand or resurfaced your brand. It's unfortunate what's happening. It's strange what's happening. 50 posted Lil Meech's texts to him, where Lil Meech was just kind of like, hey man, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't follow me on Instagram. What did I do? Like, F Ross, you know what I'm saying? He said, I was waiting on the next season, to break my dad off with some bread, but he just hit up Ross for some bread. And 50 said, what next season, little nigga?
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga. Take that dumb shit with you.
That to me was...
What do you expect, though, from 50 Cent?
If a person's on the gate, I kind of put them on the other side. So I don't leave myself vulnerable to that.
Because when I first heard it, I was like, that is petty. That is super petty. But all the way around from, him posting the pictures with Big Meech and making, to put the rat over it with the cheese and, and you're going to expect that from him. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Big Meech caused Lil Meech to miss out on his opportunity?
He had to have known better.
Bro.
And Ross knew.
Nigga took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, nigga. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
First of all, Ross ain't even in a good light anyway from showing up at that crypto ball with Snoop.
Say, Rose, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You sharp as mosquitoes, nigga. What's going on?
And then getting jumped in Canada. And running away.
Right. And,
we didn't forget.
If he did indeed pay his bills or help pay his bills while they were on a break from watching the show or whatever, I could see why he felt kind of obligated to take that picture with Ross, if at Ross's request, if he asked him, hey, let's get in the video while I promote this show for you or whatever. I could see why he felt, the need to get in that video. But you had to know that 50 was coming around the corner and that was just going to be the end of y'all's relationship.
I mean, but...
were you thinking about your son in that moment?
And I didn't, in my heart of hearts, I didn't want to think that he was going to, dead the show. I don't want to think he's gonna dead the show. But at the same token, he'll take it to hell.
I just knew when Big Meech got out, like this was gonna be, the start of something great.
You mentioned Meech. Have you spoke to Meech at all?
I had a text message conversation back and forth with him because he's in the halfway house.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What do you think his next move should be?
Well, he got a lot of things he can do, man. He might want to make a movie.
50 has the new studio, and I just felt like, he would be in production and doing different things. And with one picture, it's a wrap. It's all in the garbage because 50 doesn't tolerate any disloyalty.
Because I try not to surround myself with people that I have to be defensive around. And that is a defense mechanism. Like, anger is a more comfortable feeling to deal with than having your feelings be hurt, or a person did something, you being disappointed in their decision to do certain things. Like, like some of these guys, they're going to roll with anybody that will embrace them. Mm-hmm. Like anybody that'll and just be in every circle, period. And I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with that.
Ross ain't got no production company.
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. I'm just talking.
Ross don't have no production company to put out no BMF show. I mean, you can't tell another grown man who to be friends with. Should have handled that differently.
Handle it differently, man. And, if you don't know, you about to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
It's just unfortunate, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Was he thinking about his son? Did he think, this was going to transpire? Did Big Meech think that everything was going to transpire the way it did? You even got 50 Cent's son, like, you thought you were special.
You thought you were special.
You know what I'm saying? He entered the chat.
Where did Marquise come from?
Let us know in the comments what y'all think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments whether y'all think he was wrong. I mean, not that there's any teams to get on, but are you on Team 50? Are you on Team Meech?
Who's wrong? Who's right? Do you think 50 will come around? I don't, but
hell no.
Yeah, man. Drop it in the comment section. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Do all that. This is Music for Breakfast.
And y'all make sure you check out the podcast version.
That's at Music IV Breakfast, Music for Breakfast. We just spell it out, Music IV Breakfast. You already know. Man, special thanks to everybody listening right now. Thank you, Kia. Thank you, Jay. Rub Roulette. I am Octavia March, sending nothing but love to you. And until next time, never forget what the homie Strick told Jay, who told us.
Finish your breakfast.
The kitchen is officially closed, and we out.
That's the end?
Want an extra serving of Music for Breakfast? Follow them on all social media platforms at Music for Breakfast.